And we are live.
The recording. Let's let everybody in. Give everybody a minute to get in. And Stephen Berkson, the floor is yours.
Thank you. And the November 3rd meeting of the Oregon Country Fair Board of Directors will come to order. And we'll begin with announcements. If you have an announcement, please raise your hand in chat. Announcements. Danny?
Hi, can everybody hear me?
Yep.
Good. I'm on a new headset, so just checking. Hi, I'm Danny, and I am currently the scribe for the Committee Best Practices Committee, and I am here tonight for a call out for members. We're down to 4 voting members, and 8 is a much better number, so we're looking for you to join us. We meet on the 3rd Tuesday of the month at 6:15 on Zoom, and we committees all set their own ways that they run, but we do help update and maintain the Committee Best Practices Manual, and we would love to have you join us. Thanks.
Thank you.
Sorry, to contact us, it's bestpractices@oregoncountryfair.org. Thanks.
Thank you. And Sandra?
Yes, thank you. I wanted to announce tonight we started the Innovative and Educational Programming grants from the board this year, and we went through the process, got some great projects that came through, and out of those we elected to fund three things, and I just wanted to let you know what those were. One of them is Energy Park. And this grant is to expand the science education in Energy Park into other fields and to invite other U of O science departments. This one is still somewhat conditional, and they're waiting for Energy Park to take the proposal to the entire group in November or December, I guess. And the second one is OASIS. And this proposal outlines a 3-part training series in restorative justice, conflict resolution, and de-escalation skills designed for OCF volunteers, staff, and community members at OCF. And that will be through the OASIS booth in Xanadu. And the goal is to strengthen community resilience, foster effective communication, and provide practical tools for navigating conflict both within OCF and in participants' daily lives. The series will be interactive, engaging, and grounded in experiential learning. Participants will leave with concrete skills in listening, communication, and de-escalation, while also building a stronger sense of community connection. We're really excited about that one. It'll be in the program guide. You can look for it there. And then the final one was an archaeology grant. And for that, there'll be 3 new wall hangings or upright cases. They have a lot more material than they have room to display it. So this will help them bring some of that out of storage. And for a second, they also want to start a new display of native plants important to Indigenous peoples, planting boxes of native plants with interpretive materials to focus on food and culture and information on plant use, habitat distribution, and effect of historical changes with Western agriculture. So we're really excited to see those new educational programs at the fair this year. Make sure to look for them. So thank you. And I'll send that to you, Anne. So, Anna.
Thank you. AJ?
Yes, I have 2 things. One, I want to announce that your new board of directors met this weekend for our retreat. Thanks to the membership for allowing us to meet as we do and get our year started off in a good, positive direction. Second, I wanted to let you know that I will be communicating with the office tomorrow, and making sure that they have all of the resources for access to food for anyone who is looking for food resources during this time of the government shutdown. If you are in need of looking for resources for food, you can contact the office sometime afternoon tomorrow, and they should have a list of resources for you. Thanks.
Thank you. Paxton.
I would like to invite people to the EAB workshop, board workshop that we're having in 2 weeks on Monday, November 17th at 7 p.m. And it's talking about what we have been working on and where we're going and this kind of stuff. It's kind of a report from the Emerald Ash Borer work group. So I really encourage people that are interested in this to come and listen and talk about it. It's going to affect the fair tremendously in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Last call for announcements. If you have an announcement, raise your hand in chat. Seeing none, we're going to move on to minutes. Is there any objection to accepting the minutes of the October 6, 2025 meeting as submitted? Last call. Is there any objection to accepting the minutes of the October 6, 2025 meeting as submitted? Seeing none, the minutes of the October 6 meeting are adopted by unanimous consent, and we will move on to agenda. Is there any objection to accepting the agenda as submitted? Last call. Is there any objection to accepting the agenda as submitted? Seeing none, the agenda is approved by unanimous consent. Are there any membership comments regarding any items not on old business tonight? Any membership comments? Please raise your hand in chat. Last call for membership comments. Okay, seeing none, we will move on to staff report. Kirsten.
Thank you, Stephen. Good evening, everybody. First, I'd like to start off with congratulating Kevin Levy, Zahara Indigo, Trevor Ross, and Lawrence Taylor on their election to the board of directors. And thank you to Arna Shaw and John Alexander for their board service. So a moment of congratulations and appreciation. Thank you all for your service to this organization. I also want to thank the Elections Committee for their hard work on making this year's election run smoothly, and to all the volunteers that came out to help count the votes. On the administration staff side, staff annual reviews will be conducted in November. The Eugene office will be closed on November 27th and 28th, and also December 15th through January 2nd. Staff will be in the office, but we will be on, minimal work around walk-in traffic. The event manager position is expected to be filled by November 20th with a start date of January 5th, 2026. We've received a really, really good response, and we have some excellent candidates, and I look forward to reporting to the board who our new event manager is going to be. The budget committee is in full swing. We have placed a hold on budget increases again this year. We will be evaluating and addressing strategic operational increases. The board will vote on the expense budget at the Monday, January 26th, 2026 board budget meeting. The board will vote on the 2026 capital improvements budget at the March 2nd, 2026 board meeting. In regards to event management, as a reminder, the guideline form is on the .net site, and the form closes on November 15th. All recommended policy guideline changes will be published in the December FFN and will be under new business at the December board meeting. 2026 Spring Fling is scheduled for Saturday, May 2nd at the WOW Hall. 2026 Culture Jam is tentatively scheduled for Thursday, July 30th through Thursday, August 6th. The 2026 Teddy Bear Picnic is scheduled for Sunday, August 16th. Craft applications run from January 6th, 2026 through March 1st, 2026. Teen Crew applications for coordinators will open in February of 2026. Entertainment applications are currently open, November 1st, 2025, and will stay open through February 15th, 2026. Food applications are currently open from October 15th through November 15th. The food committee is looking for at least 2 new food booths. Tickets will go on sale on February 15th, 2026. Tickets will shift to full price on June 15th, 2026 at $60 per day. The installation of the manufactured home at the winery is almost done being installed. This has been a several-year project, and we're very excited for the conclusion. The interior is done, and we are waiting for the landscaping and the stairs to the front and back of the house to be installed. As a reminder, we are calling out for furniture donations for this house. It is a 3-bedroom home, and we are looking for mattresses, preferably twin or foam pads. We're looking for a couch or couches, chairs, a table, and please call the office if you have something you'd like to donate so we can see if we still need it. In regard to marketing, commemorative sales, be sure to check out merchandise on our merch.oregoncountryfair.org site. The store will be shut down on December 15th, so we can get everything in the mail by December 17th, so they arrive before the holiday. And as a reminder, all of our posters are available for reprint. We are currently conducting a 4th quarter direct donor campaign, and we encourage you to make a donation to OCF if you are able, and we will provide a tax-deductible receipt for your records and use for your 2025 taxes. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And the treasurer's report.
Thanks. As Kirsten said, the Budget Committee's meeting, we've been meeting all through October and we'll meet all through November as well. I want to thank all the coordinators who got their schedules to us, where we've picked a subcommittee to review those, and it will make a great archive and reference for us in the future. And, we'll be looking, just to see if there's any patterns, if there's, just trends that we can detect out of them, and just get us all caught up on our background information. We have 2 people sitting in on the committee this year, Annette Sturgill and William Parnham, and we really appreciate them taking the time and interest to do that. And then the one meeting that I don't think Kirsten mentioned it, but next month we will be presenting the revenue projection recommendations to the board for a vote. We are recommending keeping the prices the same as they were for 2025, and also keeping the people on property metric the same as it is, with no increases in either place. So appreciate your time, and I'll talk to you later.
Thank you very much. And we'll move on to committee and work group reports. Is there any objection to accepting the committee and work group reports that have been submitted as submitted? Last call. Is there any objection to accepting the committee and work group reports as submitted? Seeing none, the committee and work group reports are accepted by unanimous consent, and we'll move on to old business. 2025 election results and appointment of officers. There's no motion associated with the election, correct? That is done.
Sorry, I do need to say.
Oh, we do have where's the elections report?
Elections committee report is at the end of the committee work group report. So we need to
Didn't get a bullet.
Yeah, should have. It's a subset.
Okay.
Sorry. Thank you. I'll put a bullet next year.
Okay. Yeah. So let's have the elections report.
All right. Good evening, everybody. As discussed, we know who won the new seats to the board. So Kevin and Indigo and Trevor and Lawrence. Congratulations. We ended up sending out about 5,765 ballots this year. That's about 300 or more than we did in 2024, chiefly driven by the new members that came into the fair. We had about 15 new members sign up this year. And then there were about a little short of 1,200 members that were dropped because they haven't voted in the last 3 years. And so our bylaws terminated those members and they didn't get ballots. So we increased by about 300 or so ballots. We only had about 33 that couldn't get ballots or didn't get ballots because we didn't have email addresses or street addresses to mail the ballot and couldn't find any. So we had about 33 that missed the election for those reasons. Didn't really have a lot of undeliverable ballots this year, mainly because email addresses are a little more current and accurate than street addresses. I think people change email addresses a lot less than they change street addresses. So our undeliverables was pretty low at around 30. Really didn't have a lot of ballots replaced. We moved some ballots from paper to online and some online ballots to paper, depending on which of those were rejected. 1,408 members returned ballots. We only couldn't count about 7 of those. So in total, we counted about 1,401 ballots. Got a lot of write-ins. There was probably 40 different write-ins. I won't go through all those, but there was most of them just got 1 vote. There were a few that got multiple votes. The most got 6 votes. So write-ins were pretty heavy, but I won't go over those. There were quite a few of them. The Jill Hyman question or survey came in. The membership at 622 votes said basic needs and equality was a priority for them. Second to that was environmental and sustainability at 489 votes, and arts and culture came in at 238 votes. So all that's been passed to the Jill Hyman group, and I'm sure they'll act on that moving forward. A few statistics, about 99, a little over 99% of all registered members were sent ballots. About 24.24% returned their ballots. That's pretty much the same number as the total membership voted. And what else here? That's pretty much it. Last year, about a little over 20% of the membership returned ballots. So we increased that by about 4%. So one thing this year that we ran into that we're going to have to figure out, we had a number of people unsubscribe from the ballot email. I believe we had about 99 of them. And so we're going to have to figure out what that means. Does that mean they don't want a ballot through their email, or they don't want to be a member anymore? We haven't run into that before, so we're going to have to work through that at the next election committee meeting and make a determination of what we want to do with those. That's about it. The election's been certified. We are currently updating a lot of data in Sunshine as far as who voted. We are removing all fair member personal information off the Election Buddy application so that no member information stays there or is outside of the fair. So that's going to be done this week. Other than that, boy, I'll tell you, the election committee, Mara Levine, Jen Lynn Hodgden, and Heidi Dosher, just a huge amount of work. So many weeks, so many hours, especially Heidi. She really recreated again our membership list, and it was really another big effort on her part, and always such kindness from her doing that. Stephen Dyerkoff was a huge asset, and he really and his dad really helped us move along here also. And then finally, John Steinhardt and his team. No way this could have happened without their help and expertise. Just a tremendous effort, and we put a lot on their backs, and they carried it and delivered in a great way. So anyway, thank you all, and that's it.
Jeffrey, can I ask a quick question?
I just, yeah.
Go
My
for it.
question, you mentioned the election was certified. Can I get the date of certification?
October 19th.
Thanks.
Jeffrey, just for comparison, could you share with the membership this year how long it took you to count ballots?
Well, Heidi and Meryl and Jen Lynn did that along with Jane Elliott and Kay Kinsley, and who else joined us for that? Hillary was there.
Susie Przonski.
Susie and Susie. It took about 20 minutes. 20 minutes. We only had about 270. No, we only had about 50 ballots. We mailed 270 paper ballots, about 50 or 58 were returned. So it was about a 20-minute task.
All right, thank you very much. So usually reports aren't question and answer. John Woodgowski, did you have something you wanted?
Can I make it a point of personal privilege? I just want to again thank the volunteers, the committee, the people that made this happen, the people that worked on the data. I think this is kind of a fair inflection point. So I think we should just sit back and go, wow, we kind of pulled off a good shift here that ultimately will help our elections be easier for our members and save us a lot of money and resources and trees. So I just think we should all pat ourselves on the back. And again, I really just want to say gratitude to the people that worked on this, because you did a stellar job, folks. Good stuff. Thank you. I hope that was appropriate.
If I could raise a point of personal privilege,
hold on. So it's not a point of personal privilege, but Kevin Levy. So we'll have a little discussion here, and particularly questions. Kevin Levy, go ahead.
Just really quick to save John from doing it himself. John Gofsky had a huge part in this as well. When it came up, he's like, "We can totally do this," and here we are. So make sure John is patting himself on the back too, and so he was a big part of it. So thanks, everybody.
Thanks, you. LT, you're muted.
Kevin covered.
Okay. Is there anyone else? Does anyone have any questions regarding the election, given this pretty big shift? Okay, seeing none, we're going to move on to old business. And as I was saying, there's no motion associated with the election results, so we're just going to go to officer elections, correct? Any objection to that? Okay, so the floor is open for nominations for recording secretary. Would anyone like to nominate anyone to be the recording secretary?
I'd like to nominate.
I move to nominate Anna.
Anna?
Second.
And who seconded it? Kevin?
I'll second.
John Steinhardt nominated Anna, and Kevin Levy seconded. Is there any other nominations? Last call for nominations. Seeing that there are no other nominations, is there any objection to Anna being secretary by unanimous consent?
That's recording secretary.
A recording secretary. Last call. Is there any objection to Anna being recording secretary by unanimous consent? Seeing none, so ordered. Nominations for membership secretary.
I nominate Jeffrey Ramos.
Is there a second?
Second.
Jeffrey's nominated by AJ and seconded by Sandra. Are there any other nominations? Last call for other nominations. Seeing none, is there any objection to electing Jeffrey by unanimous consent? Last call. Seeing none, so ordered. Nominations for treasurer.
I'd like to nominate our superlative treasurer, Hillary Anthony, to continue as treasurer.
Second.
Second that.
So I think that was AJ. So nominated by Sandra and seconded by AJ. Yeah, you got to keep your mics open and be fast. Is there any other nominations for treasurer? Last call. Seeing none, is there any objection to electing Hillary as treasurer by unanimous consent? Last call. Seeing none, Hillary is so ordered. Nominations for vice president.
I nominate Trevor Ross.
Second.
Who seconded?
I'll let Teresa go for it.
Okay. Trevor Ross nominated by LT and seconded by Teresa. Is there any other nominations? Last call for nominations. Seeing none, is there any objection to electing Trevor as vice president by unanimous consent? Last call. Seeing none, so ordered. Nominations for president.
I nominate AJ.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
AJ nominated by John Steinhardt and seconded by Kevin Levy. Are there any other nominations? Last call. Seeing none, is there any objection to electing AJ as president by unanimous consent? Last call. Seeing none, so ordered. And with that, the officers for 2026 have been established. That ends our old business. New business is to approves the Financial Planning Committee's 2026 review projections and recommendations from AJ, George, and Sandra. Board Giving Subcommittee recommendation for the Board Giving Fund, John Steinhardt, John Davis, Sandra Bauer, and AJ Jackson. Appoint Norma Sachs and Arna Shaw to the Jill Hyman Vision Fund Committee, John Davis, Teresa Vaughn, and AJ Jackson. Appoint Sean Cummins to the Budget Committee, Sandra, George, and AJ. Amend Article 10 of the bylaws, John Steinhardt, Kevin Levy, Trevor Ross, John Davis, and George Braddock. There is a board working session on Monday, November 17th, 2025 at 7 p.m. via Zoom for the EAB work group. Next board meeting is December 1st, 2025 at 7 p.m. via Zoom. Meeting evaluation. Teresa.
Well, I'm completely exhausted and thrilled that everybody was concise, and also very, very excited after the retreat to welcome the 3 new people. It was really good to get the experience that LT and Indigo bring from their previous years on the board, and I'm excited about getting to know Trevor as well.
Thank you. John Gofsky.
Yeah, I just wanted to express a gratitude for everybody for being so concise and brief and such a nice, quite frankly, it's nice to have a short meeting once in a while. And to the new people, I guess you already know what you're into, but man, this is a lot of work. Good job.
Anyone else? John Steinhardt.
Yeah, I wanted to thank the people that stepped up to be officers, and thank you for going the extra mile. And again, I like the fact that November is always so concise that each of us has to add a minute or so just to draw it out. Thanks.
Thank you. Last call for meeting evaluation. Paxton.
I too am looking forward to this next year. I think we have a very good team, and I really appreciated the retreat we had. I think we have some real progress to make in this next year. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Last call for meeting evaluation. Seeing none, we'll move on to President's Piece.
Hey, Thank you, everyone. I am sorry I'm sitting in my truck here waiting for my kiddo. He's doing Our Town right now, the play. I'm excited for him for that. But I want to thank everybody, all the board members, all the new incoming board members, as well as the ones that served before, the outgoing Arna and John Alexander. I want to take some time to thank Kirsten and her staff for a great retreat. They do a lot of work behind the scenes to take care of us as we take care of you. And so thank you to Kirsten and her staff for all of that and all that you do. I will keep it brief in saying this. Every once in a while, as a leader and as a teacher, I think of a quote by Maya Angelou. And that quote just says, you have to practice what you preach. You can't say, do as I say, but not as I do. So my intention going forward as a leader in this organization is to continue to remember that, to practice what I preach, be kind, and be grateful. So thank you very much for tonight. Thank you to the board for your trust. Thank you to the membership for your trust. I'm just a boy from South Central LA, and I can't believe the trust you install in me, and I am so forever grateful to continue to be a leader in this organization and move us forward. So thank you and good night.
With that, the November board meeting of 2025 board meeting of the Oregon Country Fair is adjourned.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
See you on
Awesome.
November 17th for the EAB work group.
Oh, yeah.
Update.
Thank you all. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everybody. See y'all.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.
Night.